All right, let's talk about something really cool. What if you could be part of a secure global network using nothing more than the phone that's in your pocket right now? Today, we're diving into a totally new kind of blockchain, one that's designed from the ground up to be fair, super efficient, and open to pretty much anyone with a smartphone. This isn't just a small tweak, it's a total rethink of how these things can work. And this really is the central question, isn't it? The elephant in the room. We all know blockchains can be super secure, but man, that security usually comes with an absolutely staggering environmental price tag. So how in the world do you get that same level of trust and security without, boiling the oceans? Well, the system we're looking at today has a pretty fascinating and way, way greener answer. Okay, so let's get into it. To really appreciate how clever this new system is, we first have to talk about the huge roadblock that traditional networks like Bitcoin run into. And that all comes down to their security model, something called proof of work.
So picture this, a worldwide 24/7 competition where massive warehouses full of specialized supercomputers are all burning electricity, trying to solve the same complex puzzle. The very first one to solve it gets to validate the next block of transactions and gets a reward. That's proof of work. It's what makes Bitcoin so tough to hack. But, and this is a big but, it also creates this insane digital arms race that guzzles more electricity than entire countries and completely shuts out anyone who can't afford the super expensive, power-hungry gear. And this table right here just lays it all out, plain and simple. You've got two totally different universes. On one side, you have the industrial, brute force world of proof of work. It's powerful, for sure, but it's basically a private club for those with deep pockets. And on the other side, well, you have a whole new philosophy. A system designed to run on the one device you already own and carry everywhere. So what is this new approach called? It's a concept called proof of effort, and it is the absolute core of this new system. It completely flips the script on how a network can agree on what's true. That whole process we call consensus. Now, let's be super clear about something. This is not about making your phone overheat or sucking your battery dry in an hour. No way. Proof of effort is all about using a tiny, controlled little bit of your phone's existing power. Think of it less like intense crypto mining and more like a very light, smart, and efficient contribution that helps keep the network safe without any of the heavy costs. And this is exactly why proof of effort is such a game changer. I mean, look at this. It's green, using just a tiny slice of the energy. It's democratic, because billions of us have smartphones. It stops a few big players from taking over the whole network. But the real magic, the secret sauce, happens when you combine it with one other critical piece, your identity. So let's talk about that second pillar of the system. And honestly, this might be the most important part for making sure everything stays fair. It all comes down to your unique, verified digital identity. This right here is the bedrock, the foundation for the whole thing. And listen, we're not talking about a simple username and password you'd use for a social media account. This is a cryptographically secure, verified identity that proves there's one real human being behind that one digital account. It's the ultimate fraud prevention tool, and it enforces one very simple rule. One person, one identity. Period. So, how does the system actually enforce that? With one simple but incredibly powerful rule. It all comes down to this number, 3. That's it. The system says that each verified person can link a maximum of 3 mobile devices to their account to contribute effort. Not 4, not 100, just 3. And this little rule of 3 is kind of a masterstroke, isn't it? The network is constantly on the lookout, watching for anyone trying to sneak in a 4th device, or for any single phone that's reporting a suspicious amount of power. It just makes it incredibly hard for any one person to cheat the system and get an unfair advantage. Your identity isn't just your key to get in. It's also the shield that protects the network. Okay, so we've got our 2 main ingredients, proof of effort and a verified digital identity. Now let's see how they cook together. We're going to follow the journey of a single lottery ticket from start to finish. The whole process is actually really elegant. It kicks off when your phone chips in that tiny bit of effort. The network sees that contribution and says, hey, thanks. And in return, it creates a unique, inactive ticket just for you. Think of it like earning a voucher. Then, whenever you want, you can pick a lottery you're interested in and activate that ticket to join in. From that point on, every single step, from its creation to the drawing to the winner claiming their prize, is all recorded transparently and permanently on the blockchain for absolutely anyone to check. And for those of you who love to see how this sausage is made, Here's a quick peek under the hood. Every ticket is basically a little packet of data with a few key pieces of information. It's got a unique ID, its current status, or estado, which tells you if it's active or not, a direct link back to the owner's ID, and a record of the effort that was used to create it. This level of detail is what makes the whole system so transparent and trustworthy. Okay, so let's zoom out and bring it all home. We've seen proof of effort, we've seen digital identity, we've followed the ticket. What's the bottom line? What does all this actually accomplish, and why should we care about more than just a lottery?
I mean, the benefits really speak for themselves, don't they? When you stack this up against the old way of doing things, you're looking at huge improvements right across the board. It's incredibly energy efficient, it's open to billions of people who already have the hardware, and the way it ties everything back to a real identity makes it fundamentally secure and, most importantly, fair. You know, the system's creator really says it best right here. The goal is equitable distribution. That's the key phrase. Everything is based on the real-world capacity of normal devices. So fairness isn't just some nice feature they added on at the end. It is baked right into the DNA of the entire network.
And that really leaves us with one last huge question to think about. If you can build a fair, secure, and accessible lottery this way, what else could you build? Just think about things like voting systems, digital passports, or really any system where the idea of one person, one vote is absolutely critical. This identity-first approach to blockchain, well, it might just be the key to redefining what digital trust really means for all of us.